Hello, everyone. This is Susanna, the Gospel Truth. Well, the surgery is over. Things didn't go as expected. My husband took me there last Tuesday morning. It's been a week and 1 day. I go back for my pre-op today. Well, we got to the hospital last Tuesday morning. My surgery was scheduled to start at 9. The plan was that my husband would take me till I got out of the surgery, and then my daughter would come bring me home and get me settled in. Well, there had to be a change in plans because once they got into my shoulder, they found out there was a lot more extensive damage in my shoulder, and they did a total shoulder replacement. Surgery went well, and when I got dressed to come home, I got my daughter's car because the plan was she would take me home and get me settled in my home. She said, "Mom," she said, "you're going to need a lot of care." She said, "I'm taking you to my house." I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Oh, yes, absolutely." So we got to the house, got settled in, and I was feeling okay. The nerve block was doing its job and my pain pump. And I was having some discomfort in the afternoon. And my daughter came up to my room, and I said, this was Wednesday morning, because Tuesday, like I said, I did great. So I was laying in bed, and I had my daughter come up, and I said, I had a sharp pain in my chest. And so we called the surgery center, and they said, okay, you need to get up, get walking around, moving, drink lots of water, and gave me instructions. I said, okay. So got me out of bed, got me downstairs, and I was doing great. I made myself a cup of tea. I put a couple cups in the sink, talking with my daughter, and her girlfriend was there, a good friend of the family. She used to be an EMT driver. All of a sudden, I started getting really super dizzy. And I said, oh man, I'm really dizzy. And I was sitting down in the chair, and I said, I need to get back upstairs. So I stood up, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the floor. I had passed out. And they called 911, and they came and took me back to the hospital. I was in the hospital from Wednesday till Saturday. And they did on the way to the hospital, we told them to take me to one hospital, and they took an EKG and said I was an AFib. And they had to reroute me to the nearest hospital because, that's not good. So we get to the hospital, and they do their EKGs and stuff, and it still shows that I'm an AFib. So they give me some medicine, and they said that they got to find out what's going on and why that happened to me. So whole cardiology team came in, and the hospital we went to was a great heart trauma center, which was, a blessing. So they put me on a heart monitor all week, and then they said, well, the bottom line ended up being that they think it's from the stress leading up to the surgery and the surgery, because I was super, super stressful. The night before surgery, I didn't get any sleep at all. I was up all night, almost in tears. It hurt so bad. Nothing was touching the pain, and it was horrible. And I was super nervous about getting the surgery. So anyway, then PT came in, of course, at the hospital. I think that was on, I would say Friday maybe, and had me do a couple of things. Well, on the way going or coming back, I had to sit down for a moment because I got kind of lightheaded. So the doctor that was there, and he was great, he said that he wanted them to do a blood pressure series where they take your blood pressure laying down, and they take it again sitting up and then standing up to see what your blood pressure does. Well, when I went from a lying down to a sitting up, it dropped. When it went from a sitting up to standing up, it dropped again. So they gave some kind of name for it, but they said that, I need to wear compression socks during the day, push my fluids, increase my salt intake, and I need to walk 30 minutes a day, which I haven't been able to do yet. I don't know if that was a one-time fluke, but they're keeping an eye on that. And my cardiologist came in on the day of my release. He says that he's not sure if the heart issue was due to the surgery, but I have to make an appointment, go back to his office, and they're going to put me on a heart monitor for a long time, I think a month. And then they see what your heart does. And if it goes in and out of AFib, then they have to run another test. They did a echocardiogram or an ultrasound of my heart, and it came back like a category C, which I really am not clear still what that means, but it's enough to warrant I may have to be on blood thinners the rest of my life. They did put me on Eliquis, 5 milligrams twice a day of a blood thinner, and they had to take me off the other medicine because it caused my blood pressure to drop. So it was quite the rodeo. Every time they took my blood pressure, it'd be, because they won't give you pain meds if your blood pressure drops too much. And it was borderline a couple times, but it was the best hospital. I got the absolute best care. My daughter and her husband, and my grandson Adam, Colleen, everybody's taking such wonderful care of me. I miss my husband, and he misses me. He's been keeping himself busy. In fact, today he's going to go visit his brother in Wyandotte. We used to live there, and so I'm glad that he's going to be doing that. And he's been telling me he went to the pet store and picked up some more things, hopefully in maybe like the second week of June or something. If I'm progressing well, we're going to go ahead and get our dog. But yeah, it's been a long ride. It's been very painful. I liked it better when I had the pain pump. The pain meds do their work sometimes they don't. I just have to write it out. But of course, I still can't move my arm right now. I'll know more this afternoon when I go to the doctor's. I have to be there at 1:45, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm supposed to start physical therapy tomorrow. I'm very nervous about it. I just don't want to pass out again. I don't want to, have that happen again. It was kind of scary. And in fact, was it yesterday or day before, they tried to, my daughter said, either you can come downstairs for dinner. I said, I can try. And that's the first time I had gone back downstairs since I'd passed out downstairs in our kitchen. So I made it down 4 steps, and I panicked. I said, I can't do this. I can't do this. So they got me back in bed, and the next day my daughter says, Mom, we got to get you downstairs. We've got to get you past that panic. So I was able to make it downstairs the next day, and I actually sat at the dining room table and ate dinner. Oh, the food here has been great. 5-star. It's one nice thing about, hospital food's not that great, because I'm not eating much anyway. But, and I was able to sit and watch a little bit of TV, then I come back upstairs. And then upstairs, I walk around, and I can get up and make it to the bathroom back and forth by myself. I need help getting back in bed and readjusting my pillows. But my daughter's got one of those adjustable beds, which is, what a blessing. I can sit up, I can, raise my legs up, I can get very, very comfortable. I think if I would have gone home and tried the recliner, I would have been so uncomfortable. And of course, I'm leery laying next to Ron in our bed, because I have to have it at a different height than he would, and I'm afraid he would bump my shoulder. So we're going to just take one day at a time, and perhaps, I'm going to see how it goes another week. Maybe after another week, I'll improve greatly, and I'll be able to go back home, and then my husband can resume taking me to physical therapy. I am very I haven't figured out yet how to get in and out of our Jeep. That's going to be very tricky. That's why I meant my daughters too, because they have a car that's lower to the ground. I can get in and out very easily. So we got to figure all that out, but we're just taking one day at a time. My daughter has her surgery in 5 days. On the May 14th, she goes in and has her knee taken care of. She has a meniscus tear, and she has cysts in there that are causing a lot of pain. So we're going to keep her husband, my son-in-law, Kevin, and my grandson, Adam, are going to be very busy taking care of us. Hopefully, I'll get stronger, and I'll be able to do a little bit of caregiving back to her, which will feel awesome, absolutely awesome. But I just wanted to come on and give you an update. I'm real interested to see what the doctor has to say today, and when I finally do get back to the cardiologist. Right now, I don't think I'm in any danger. We'll get down to why I passed out. I know I told them when I was at home, this past year or so, I was having frequent dizzy spells. And I would go in the kitchen to try to fix dinner, and all of a sudden I'd get so dizzy, I'd have to lay down because the room was spinning. But it would pass. And my daughter got after me. She said, "Mom, you got to tell people that kind of stuff. That's not good. You shouldn't be getting dizzy all the time." And Ron's been having dizzy spells and his headaches. So we got to get him checked out about these dizzy spells he's having. And as soon as I get stronger and I'm more on the road to recovery, then we got some more appointments coming up for him. So, but, through it all, I just try to take deep breaths, calm myself, keep myself calm, not become overly stressed, and just do all the precautions they're telling me to do. So, yeah, it's been a long week, but I'm sure everything will fall into place, and soon I'll be strong and up and hopefully getting back to my old self again. All right, everyone, you have a most blessed day in the Lord. This is Suzanne at The Gospel Truth. I know you've been praying for me, and you're concerned about me, and thank you. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.